My name is Tony Monaghan. I come from Ireland, a place called County Mayo. The west is a little town called Belmullet. Come from a really poor family. Come from one of 11 kids. Never really got much education. Only went to school total for 5 years ever. And I own a business here now called Irish Construction in St. Louis, Missouri. When I came to St. Louis, Missouri, I started my business. I found a different breed of people here in construction than I have worked with before on my adventures. They're unique in a lot of different ways. Mostly in their work is pretty good, pretty decent, but in their mannerisms and their lifestyle, it's just crazy or insane. So I think that for me, it's unique. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. A redneck is probably a working class guy from the USA. A Culchie is more or less like a working class guy from Ireland. Hi, my name is Tony Monaghan. I'm a Culchie. My background is no background. I've just been I guess the subject of the world really, because since I've been about a kid, I grew up in the west of Ireland. I come from 11 kids. My growing up there, beautiful place. I grew up in a beautiful place. The scenery was magnificent. Everything was beautiful, but for some reason, come from 11 kids, and there's like, it's not as romantic as you would tell it nowadays, and I tell it to these beautiful ladies sometimes. But it is a beautiful place. I have a horse farm over there at the moment, and I travel back and forth. I try to bring my kids back as often as I can, and that's easier said than done sometimes, but I've been doing that since I've been really kids.
It's hard to, I guess, plant yourself somewhere when you're going back and forth, but looking back on it, I'm grateful. Not a lot of kids get to travel that much.
But yeah, it's a beautiful place, but when you grow up there and you don't have no money or no education probably, there's not much of a frontier for you, but you'll figure out things, I guess, as you're young, that you don't belong there for a certain, because you have no money, the lifestyle is not great, and it's just a poor rural place really if you look at it. But to me it was all I knew when I was growing up there, and I always wanted to get out of there because I always want to be somewhere else, because you come from 11 kids, you really don't fit in like you're supposed to. I didn't fit in anyway, so I was always mad to get away. Like, I think there's like a breed of a gypsy in me or whatever. Now it mightn't sound very good, but I always like traveling and new adventures. And I ended up going over to London, not London actually, over to England, picking potatoes, my first time ever experience, like on a farm, like the Mexicans do, come to the west, like come to California or come all over, do manual labour. So that's my first adventure in England, was working on a farm, picking potatoes. Then I decided, eventually I said I'd chance the US, so I came to the US then, and that was quite an adventure. But I was pretty used to dealing with city life because I lived in London before, and I was like wheeling and dealing there and all aspects of stuff. And I picked up a profession there too, a plastering. A friend of mine from home, he taught me how to do it. So it was always a good career then. Met my ex in New York then, and I always wanted to go to these tropical places. So my ex was half Hawaiian, so I said, it's a place I always wanted to go to Hawaii, and she really didn't. She'd been there once or twice with her family, and she didn't know that much about it really. But anyways, I'm a chancer, so I said, all right. She said I was going out there, move out there. I said, so I'm going to go out there and find a job. I could always find a job, no matter where I'd go. That was one of my good, because I was a good bullshitter, and I was pretty decent, a good worker. And I knew it. All I just wanted to do was get in on the side. So I went to Hawaii for a while. Went to Hawaii and just walked down the street. I walked into the site, and I said to these guys, they were doing some plastering there. I said, something? I can do that kind of job, you know what I mean? And that's when the economy was going good in Hawaii. So I said, I'll work for 2 days for free for you, and if you don't like me, I said, you can, don't need to hire me, you don't need to pay me. So it was like an introductory fee. I knew well they were going to fall for because I was pretty decent at what I do, and I was a good, good bullshitter too. So after a day or two, I was running the jobs anyway. So that was just I could always find work no matter where I go. So then I started traveling the US. I still want to see the US. So there was a hurricane down in Florida, Hurricane Andrew, and I just went down, me and a friend of mine, and traveled around. So I went down and found some work down there. Same story again, my friend there was another guy with me. So we lived down there for a while, a couple of months, lived in a van for a while and just got to know all the country people like Rednecks, whatever you want to call them. Well, I'm a Culchie, so I got to know all the people down there and their way of life, and stay down in Miami for a few years, and then headed out to LA to another natural disaster. Following natural disasters, I had a big motorhome. Actually, my two kids grew up in the motorhome for a long time, and my oldest daughter was 4 or 5. There was funny enough, there was a swimming pool in the mobile home we had. A big mobile home, about 35 foot long. I managed to save some money and buy it, so I thought I'd be traveling around, but it broke down on me every town I went into. It was beautiful. It looked beautiful, but it wouldn't go. And I knew nothing mechanically, so it was like into one garage shop after the other. But that was an adventure by itself. So I drove from Miami to LA. Took us about a week and a half to get out there. No money, but it's only a little bit, because I had all my money put in the motorhome. Anyways, I got out there with a pregnant wife, and my other daughter was 2 years old, and a dog. I had a dog at the time. So that was quite an adventure. Towed a Chevy Caprice all across the country. I made it all the way to LA then.
I did really appreciate going along for the ride and having all the experience traveling with my parents that I did have when I was younger.
That's basically all of my traveling, most of it anyways. I could talk about it forever, some of the adventures I had. I met a lot of crazy people on my adventures, which was good. I loved meeting different people from all different backgrounds, and some of them are really nice people, and some of them are really good, helpful, and I had a good time in most of my adventures.
I was born in Scotland from Irish parents and brought up in Edinburgh in Scotland, capital city, and I moved over to, I got married over there and had my kids over there, and we moved to Ireland in 17 years ago, 16 or 17, I'm not sure, and brought the kids up there.
I got a business here called Irish Construction, and it's I just made that name up one night. There was a friend. It was like a French connection, so I decided to myself I'll do it with Irish Construction. I just thought it would one night a long time ago, and this sort of catchy for St. Louis, and I wanted to catch a lot of the. I sort of wanted a different name, so I get recognition, and it was a good name because it's sort of popular now.
The green fields of Ireland will welcome me there. We are an island way out on the sea. We are the Irish, as proud as can be. In soft summer breezes or wild winter's winds, our hearts in the green fields of Ireland. I stand by the harbour, oh what do I see? A great ocean liner is waiting for me. There's young people leaving for lands far away. All they ask is the right for to go or to stay. We are an island way out on the sea. We are the Irish, as proud as can be. In soft summer breezes or wild winter's winds, our hearts in the green fields of Ireland. I pray that the end of the trouble will come.
And I'm really good at running businesses. I've got a good brain. I can function like for a guy who never got any education. I can run my business pretty decent, and I'm pretty good with homeowners, and I'm pretty good talking to people and screening people, and better than most people are screening me, because most people think that I'm insane, that I'm the psychopath, that I'm the crazy guy, and which is sometimes maybe not far out.
I can't believe it. When you came by yesterday and here now you're finished.
Yeah, we work fast.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe we're too fast at everything. Maybe that's why I'm divorced.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, it looks great. I thought he'd have a hard time making it look. This house is about 60, 70 years old, cement house, and this thing you put up, the edge, it looks identical, matched literally perfect to the other parts of the house. So I'm a happy camper.
Well, I came over here with Tony to help him, with this documentary, and I've ended up sort of helping him manage his company,
When I started this business in America, I thought American people were really, more, how should I put it, like, more genuine or more straightforward than European people, till I got involved with them.
And like the guys he's got, it's been quite funny, and it's been a real eye opener for me.
I came on a unique pocket of guys here, and I've travelled the whole world. I've told people about them a lot of the time, and they say to me, that can't be true, that's insane, because in every other town I might find one guy out of 10 on a job that's a little crazy. But here, no matter how I go about it, I seem to find these crazy guys and all their problems and their issues.
The characters he's got working with them. And it's not all of them. I mean, there's some quiet guys and but some outlandish guys, and there's guys I don't know what they're up to. I don't know what they do at night time, but they come in next day and it's like, are these guys real for real? You know? I mean, I've not seen guys like the guys I've seen here. I honestly haven't. I mean, you might see them out on a Saturday night very late. Do you know what I mean?
What happened again? Tell me now. Explain to me.
I took a pain pill because of my back.
You took a pain pill.
Yeah.
And we're all behind now 2 hours because of you. I'm mad at Chris, or Andy here. I'm mad at John. I'm mad at everybody because you couldn't fucking come in the morning. You know, this is bullshit. You want to work, but you don't want to work. How the fuck do I not take a pain pill at night? You think I'm the only one with a fucking pain pill? Everybody's behind it because you decided to go to bed and get up on time. Don't take no more fucking pain pills. Put the pain pills in this thing here, a fucking trash can. All right? That's where you put the pain pills.
I'm going to get the ladder and go on
No, you gotta follow your plan.
Like, I've never seen things like this before. Normally, guys, where I come from, they'll come to their work, they'll do their 8 hours and they'll do it efficiently, and then that'll be it. They come to their work with cigarettes, sandwiches, you know, and their flask of tea or whatever, and just do their work. But here they've got a different way.
When I met them first, I was very compassionate to them. I gave them extra money. I'd even let them use my car or truck, and they'd tell me a story that they had to go pick up their wife or their kid, and I'd figure out, 2 days later, this guy's not coming back with my truck.
The work isn't hard. If I'm helping Tony, like, I might just go to a job and do some work for him that some guys really can't do, you know? It's just the sort of managing these guys is quite difficult, you know? Like, there's, for instance, they're supposed to be finishing a job today, but 2 of the guys went away at 4 o'clock, so the job wasn't finished today. If it stayed another hour, the 2 of them, the job would have been finished. That's just like a daily basis, you know? Things like that go on, you know?
I'd give them money and let them stay in my house if they were stuck sometimes, and I felt, these guys are, they were really good at their game, and I thought I was good at my game. But it was a match of the wits sometimes, because I think this guy is such a genuine guy. He tells me all the stories that I want to hear. That was at the start, like at the business earlier on. But I figured after the first year or two, I said, hey, these guys are just full of, they're just playing me,
I think the way he deals with the people that he works for and with is just his street smarts. I think what he lacks in book smarts, he makes up for there.
This is Leah here. We have Leah here with us today. She's our coordinator. She runs the show for us. She keeps everybody happy.
Hello, I'm Leah. I am the coordinator for Irish Construction Company. I make sure Tony and the guys get to their jobs on time.
Yes. Anything else?
Is there anything else?
You tell me. Yeah.
They hounded me at my other job because they saw that I was such a good worker there, made the business bloom at my old job, and they pretty much wanted me on to help them coordinate all their employees and their jobs so that they could schedule and be more efficient getting to where they're going. So how do you like what they're doing up there?
I do like it. I was told that it couldn't be done. I was told by Callie and Thompson that they said they probably won't find anybody that can match it up like with the drywall to the plaster, but it looks like they did a perfect job.
They did a really good job.
Yeah.
They had to put their own artistic touch into it and
Right.
make it look great.
Right.
So you're happy with the work?
I am happy with the work, and then like I said, once I get it cleaned up and then I get it
You get your bedroom back.
and painted and everything like that, and the closet company comes in, I'll definitely have them come back out to do the downstairs work too.
Okay, great.
And what's Tony's guys like? The guys that work with him. Yeah.
They're all different. They're a little interesting.
Interesting.
Some are very obnoxious. And
Obnoxious. Wow.
Andy, how's he?
Andy?
Yeah.
Nobody messes with. I'm the crazy white boy in the neighborhood. Whenever I live in bad neighborhoods, I sit out there with my music bumping, smoking blunts, no shirt on, let my pubes kind of crawl over my sweatpants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a medallion.
Talking on the phone real loud and offensive. They don't come to the
Let them
house.
know who's
Let them know who's poor.
Yeah, is he still even working for Sony?
Yeah, I think he's on. Well, he's more or less. He's in and out, sort of, in Tony's mind. You know, he's
More on the outs?
more and out just now. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I've probably been slapped by 30 women, or attacked.
Why?
Easy. My mouth.
Just is that why you get the nickname Annoying Andy?
Annoying. Yeah, my mouth.
Andy's got a big mouth.
Yes.
That's all I got to say about Andy.
Oh, he's annoying Andy. That's what he's known as.
You ain't been in America long enough. We know our crackheads.
Have you ever made love to by a man? That's how I stomp on my bitches, Chris. Oh, fuck.
You got more tattoos than teeth.
She was a mangly thing.
missing teeth, pear-shaped. Like I'm the Jesus of masonry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. What's that, the camera, is it?
No, that's a GPS.
Oh, GPS, is that?
Yeah, so the only thing I ever use that for is I mark my position where my vehicle is or wherever, and then like as I go down the trail, I'll turn it back on and I'll mark a cool water source I find. So that way I know where clean water is in the woods, I'll mark it. This is my other Gerber knife, and that's even smaller yet.
Oh, oh, you got 3 knives there?
Well, there's a knife on that as well,
Yeah.
but that's even smaller yet.
For precision.
Just anything intricate, stay sharp. This would be something you'd do surgery on yourself with or something. $40 machete. This has been on 20 overnight backpacks with me though, and it's worked for every single thing. One time I went hiking and I forgot this at home, and all I had was this, and it worked for everything.
Yeah.
Everything I needed to do, just as if it was a knife. I don't like those long machetes that are wham, 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 wham.
Well,
These are throwing knives, cheap throwing knives that you get at like, but I don't throw them. You know, they're not used for that. These are like a good tool, like a spear tip or something like that, or you know what I mean? Or if you just want to hang something from a tree, you just dig it into the tree and it's like a nail then, you know? So, and I just keep, that's all they're used for.
Yeah.
Just a tool, you know?
Yeah.
I wear these pants hiking actually in the wintertime right here. These are the ones I hike in because they're waterproof, you know what I mean? This is your hammock, and you secure it to the trees, and you lay in it. It's really comfortable. You can sit in it like a recliner. Like you can have it behind you, and you can sit in it and kind of swing. Oh, you ought to see when people see me in the woods. Every once in a while, you'll see somebody I'm like, total carbs, 52 grams in this little bar. Total fat, 18 grams. Protein, 8 grams. Calories, 400, just in this bar.
We don't need this blower.
No, I don't think so, no. This is one of our Tony's right-hand men here, Chris. This is Johnny. He's been away for a wee while, but he's back. He's getting back to his best. He's not quite. Tony said he's got a bit away from his full fitness, you know, for work-wise. But Tony said he was his right-hand man before I came, you know. So I wouldn't have liked to know his left-hand man, you know. Nah, I'm just joking. Johnny's good fun. He's a good lad.
16 years old, I was shooting cocaine.
Wow.
Alright? And here I am today. I ain't going nowhere, man.
I hope not.
Heaven won't take me, hell, I'll take over, because you know what? I'm gonna kick some motherfucking ass before I die.
Johnny D, the prisoner dude. Well, him, on the other hand, I have bad things to say about him. I think he's been in prison way too long, and I think he's got a sense of entitlement. Like he feels like people owe him shit and all this stuff, and like needs to be pitied and stuff like this, and I don't pity that dude. All the shit he's probably done.
Think I hear Tony calling, 'cause me and Johnny D are talking all night.
The first thing I'm doing is punch and sandwich.
Yeah, sandwich.
He's gotta go.
He's got to go. He's a fucking lunatic right now.
How you gonna call yourself Sandwich?
What's that name? Is that?
Yeah. I wouldn't let nobody call me Sandwich.
The problem's not the drugs. The problem is me.
I know the problem is you, but you gotta work
But
on
it had
the
nothing
problem.
to see. Drugs and alcohol is just the solution.
Like, we're all born with these problems. You're not alone.
That's correct.
Everyone's got problems. I've got problems.
Yeah.
He's got problems. You've got problems. It's not, you're not alone.
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
The pepper, what's a pepper?
He don't get it, does he?
He'd probably be an alright tuck pointer, I guess, if different circumstances in his life, I don't know. He probably spent too much time in prison too. So I don't know. Or jail or something. He seems unstable, so I don't know. He doesn't listen to me when I'm his foreman. He just kinda gives you the psychopath glare.
What about the t-shirt I gave, Irish construction t-shirt? Where is it?
I got it at home.
Yeah, well, you should wash the fucking shirt, alright? I'm ready to work with you.
Well, you know what? I ain't got that
Same
kind
goes for you, Johnny.
I ain't got that kind of money to be washing one shirt, you know, in,
How much a day
a
do I
50
pay?
in a 50-gallon
Yeah.
washer. I ain't got that kind of money to be wasting water
How
on
much a
one
day?
shirt.
How much a day do I pay you?
I work 10 hours today,
Yeah.
and that would be 150.
Yeah, when you can't afford to buy a box of detergent.
I got detergent. I got 2 jugs of detergent.
And what
But
is
I'm
it?
not going to wash one shirt in a freaking 50-gallon washer. It just doesn't make no sense. I'm going
Why
to
don't
wait
you
till
wash
my
the-
laundry
why don't
basket's
you
full,
wash the rest-
and then I'm going to do my laundry.
Why don't you
My
wash-
laundry basket is not full,
Why don't-
so I'm not going to wash the clothes until the laundry basket's
What
full.
is that fucking laundry basket going to be filled?
I probably get the laundry basket is.
He's really struggling with the guys he's got, you know. They're quite difficult to manage and, you know, just sort of to handle as well.
Well, the Irish way, you know, they're real hard workers. They're super dependable, and they don't bullshit. They tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly to your face, whether you want to hear it or not.
The American dream is there, but you got to be real tough in this country. A lot of the places, because they'll eat you up if they see any sign of weakness in you at all. Because it's a capitalist country. If they see any sign of weakness in you at all, they'll take your soul, they'll take your everything from you, and slowly they'll do it. They'll manipulate their way in. But as soon as they see a weak spot, they'll take advantage of you. And sometimes the only way to deal with these guys is like you got to be rough. You got to be like there's no nice way you can beat them. As soon as you start being nice to them and answering them, thank you, yes, please, and appreciate this, give them some good, nice manners. The next day they'll even take your girlfriend or your wife. They don't care. I let them into my house a few times, and with my girlfriends I had, and the next thing they're coming on to my girlfriend, and all of a sudden this guy is sleeping on my couch for 3 days. It's like the madness is there. It's unbelievable. Most guys would appreciate your hospitality, but these guys, as soon as they get up off the ground again, they're ready to take advantage of you. But a lot of the times I just feel sorry for them that they just can't get it together long enough just to get enough get a life. And some of the guys, like a guy there at Christmas, I brought him up to see his kid. I drove 2 hours to see his kid. Then a couple of weeks later, some issue came up one day. I said to him, I was at a Home Depot, and I said to him, is that he was about on the truck and he had one cigarette in his hand. And all of a sudden, I said, get down to the truck. I said, I let me up there, I let a right man up there. I said to him, just more or less joking, humouring him. I said, my mother would move them bags faster than you, I said to him.
You don't disrespect people, and you don't talk to them like a dog in front of somebody else. If you want to talk to somebody like a dog, you take them in the other room and you say, look, man, you done wrong, you do this and that. You don't fucking yell at them in front of somebody else and treat them like shit, okay? Well, he did that to me.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't think no more about it, and this was a guy that I brought to see his kid a few days before that, and gave him money and gave him dinner for Christmas. Next thing I went to, there was a McDonald's next door. I went for a cup of coffee. The guys want to fight me within the McDonald's. By the way, you don't talk to me that way.
You don't fucking talk to me that way in front of these people. You don't disrespect me like that in front of these people. And you got all mad, and I said, you want something, man?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And he was like, how much fucking money I owe you?
Yeah.
I said, $450, and he wrote me a check out.
Yeah.
Well, the next fucking day, he calls me up and says, hey, man, I got some work for you.
A few weeks before that, the guy was crying on the phone to me, give me work, help me, and do whatever. But as soon as you get weak and be nice to them and show them compassion, they just take advantage. They just take advantage of you, more or less. So me, I don't want to be an asshole on the jobs. I don't want to be. I'd rather not have to deal with it some days. But some days you got to be like one of them slave masters in the movies. You got to be tough. If you see weakness, if they see any sign of weakness, they'll just take advantage of you. I guess I didn't realize what this game was like till I got into it, but I'm into it at the moment. And my plan was to retire in Ireland with more or less, or just go somewhere different. But the way it is at the moment, I think I can. I think I know how to make them work. I mean, in a good way.
I don't know how my dad does it. He makes it work, and I don't know. There's been so many people in and out.
But it's like being a counselor someday or a preacher. They tell you all their problems that they have. They're left homeless. They're found God. They're capable of telling you anything, anytime. Like, you know what I mean? They had someone will tell you that Jesus came to me last night in your dreams, and I'm wondering in my own mind this time, how much crack did you have last night? You know what I mean? And this guy is seriously telling me the story in the morning at 7 o'clock. I went back to another job, a lot of the time. So this is just one story. And this guy said to me, there's people after me. I said, who's after you? He said, yeah. And I said to him, like, being serious, why would there be someone after? I thought it was cops that was after him. Oh, he said, it's aliens. He said, they came back to get me. Well, I said, as long as you're not an illegal alien, I said, you're all right. So he looked at me like, man, he said, I'm serious. He said, they're back to get me. And this is just the craziness you deal with. So I just had to get him off the job site and take him back to wherever he belonged, give him extra money just to get rid of him. But this is the craziness you deal with, and they're so into their own minds. It's just impossible to take them serious sometimes. What are you drinking today? We're drinking all day.
I don't drink.
What you were drinking?
No.
You just start drinking anyway.
I'm on probation.
You're on probation.
Yeah.
For what?
Robbing a bank.
You're robbing a bank.
Yeah.
You're working for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I got away with it for 6 days. My neighbor's a cop, and he seen me in the video.
Oh my God! He turned you in.
So his punk ass turned me in.
Yeah.
After I babysat his kids, helped him build his attic.
And he turned you in.
Yeah, well,
Fucking asshole. Huh?
all right.
What a guy. If you want to survive in this business, it turns into a real fucking. You got to be hard for these guys. You got to be tough. I mean tough, because they'll pull a gun on you. They'll pull a knife on you. They don't really care. Some of them come to the job high. They've been on crack. They've been on meth. I don't know that right away, because I'm busy in the morning trying to talk to a homeowner, and next thing I look at a guy and he's out of his mind from the night before. He hasn't slept in a week. Some guys came to my job and turned up. I gave them an address, and they come in with a giant in their hand, or smoking, or they're just coming down, and their minds are just fucking insane. And it's like, how could you? I say my expression is at the start, how could you come to a job like that? But now I don't expect nothing of some of them, just the madness that's in them. So you were in rehab. You're just out of rehab though. Is that good?
Yeah.
How long out?
I've been out for about 4 days.
4 days. How long were you in there for?
Oh, about 2 months.
You've been in there most of the time, so you've probably done any work.
Yeah, I haven't worked in 2 months.
They could come to my job and be high. They could come to my job and work 2 hours and steal my tools. They could come to my job and they're capable of doing anything. Take your truck, never come back with it. Maybe you call the police and you might get it back a few days later. So what you do in rehab? Just little things. Don't do your program.
I took a lot of nuts.
You got your anger under control, I hope now. Yeah?
Yeah.
You're very flighty sometimes. You go off. Through the grapevine, I know they got all addictions, most of them, which is sad. They're all addicted to something: drugs, heroin, meth, crack. Anything they'll do it. Alcohol. It's nothing. It's just the way they are. Well, how many guys have you known in construction since you've been at it? That's really sober all the time.
Since I've been out, or
since you've been at it all your life.
I know a lot of people.
Tell me one.
Tell you one?
Yeah. Tell me one.
Tell you one. Okay.
Is that smoking dope or drinking or drugging?
Oh, a person that doesn't smoke dope or drink, and that's a tough pointer.
Yeah. Is there one in the city that I work with? They work for me. They've all had their addictions. It's either been pot or coke or meth or heroin, one or the other.
I don't know too many people that.
That's a good question now, isn't it?
That's a good question.
And you've been in the trades all your life.
Oh my! I know a lot of fucking people.
But they all have some addiction.
That's correct.
And it's up. It's one day come, one day go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know a lot of the times I got to watch them, especially because in the grapevine I know their weaknesses. I know but I never have any guys with me like. But most of them are pretty genuine in their own way because they have compassion when they're sober. But I always had to watch them and homeowners or kids, and sometimes I feel like if I'm not there to control the situation, it's like dealing with madness, really.
If you gave me the option, I'd rather get paid daily. Yeah. Instead of having.
But if I pay you daily, I won't see you again.
No, that's not true. Now you never seen me do that before. Now have you?
No.
You paid me, and I showed up the next day.
Yeah, but to be a little
Little what?
up there.
Little up there what?
High, a little high.
Yeah.
Because I've had a little bit.
But I still did my work.
But some days were questionable now.
Ah.
And I brought guys from Ireland a few times in different places. I met them. I said, put them a foreman. They call me at 3 o'clock in the day and tell me, "Oh, I can't deal with this. That they're driving them insane." I mean that the stories they tell me, and I say, "What's he doing now?" "Well, he's out in the car now, having a giant or whatever." And I say, "Did you talk to him?" "No, I'm scared to talk to him." The day I caught yourself on the truck smoking the marijuana. Remember that day?
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was I supposed to do that day? 2 adults out in the truck smoking dope and 4 other guys working inside. And you were supposed to be my lead man. Was that a very good example for the rest of them?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't a very good example.
Wasn't a good example.
No. So I'd explain that to my guys. The guys said to me, "These guys are smoking dope in the truck." I said, "I can't believe it." As soon as these guys see fear in your eyes or anything, or they think that they're going to take advantage of you, they will. Because that's the only way they know to survive. And me, I'm like, I can't show fear to these guys. I got to be prepared for anything. Sometimes they could pull a gun on you. Sometimes they have. Sometimes they pull knives on me. I mean, they're capable of doing anything at any time. I never thought I'd see such a bunch of crazy guys together. I mean, they're broke constantly. They're not 19 or 20 years old to be in that situation. I can understand that concept of it. But these are men who have lives, who has kids, who has parents.
So your own kids, how many kids have you got, Johnny?
5.
5. What ages are these, your kids?
32, 28, 27, 25, 23, and 9.
Wow.
I've had some great opportunities here. Some of them, they could have done a lot with their life, because some of them had, you know, careers and musicians or whatever.
I gotta have a microphone before I can start singing.
What's that song?
September.
Was that one of your own ones? Yeah.
They've had an opportunity to make a life for themselves here. Now, maybe my concept of life is different. I'm not looking for to go down Rodeo Drive or something. I'm just looking for the basics, like to have a roof over your head and knowledge and maybe a car. I'm not on about buying a jet or a plane, but these guys can't seem to get it together for 2 weeks sometimes. I don't understand that concept. I can't understand why a man would be willing to throw everything away for the next high.
Let's see, the last time I got sober, I was a year sober, I was 94.
Oh my God.
I stayed sober for a year.
94. How many years ago was that?
10, almost 20 years.
Oh my God. So you haven't been sober properly since? That's a long time, Paul.
Yeah.
I like to drink myself. I don't drink anymore because I just said, you know, I had enough of that. You know what I mean? It was fun though. I love drinking and I had a great time doing it. I don't, you know, it was something that I think I had to do to get it out of my system. But I did get it out of my system. But these guys, there's no stopping with them. There's no, it's just live for today and let's die tomorrow. It's like their brains are fried or something. But you got to live in this moment though.
Right.
Not in the moment of smoking the weed.
True.
Or the alcohol.
True.
Because the moments don't last long.
That's right.
They last a while.
That's not
but they don't last as long as they should do.
That's right.
You know? But I think that you...
Like this us bonding and this relationship, it's going to last a while. It's because now we're being real. This is a good thing. This documentary is a good thing. This is a good thing. It's because we're being open and honest.
Yeah, I mean,
putting all the chips on the table,
throw
right?
everything on the table.
But is it wise to always put all your chips on the table?
It depends what you're playing against.
Yeah, see, it depends.
It depends.
Depends.
Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make to you is...
So it depends on, am I calm and settled enough and I can just jump up and kill all you motherfuckers, you know, and then that tape will never get posted. Then what good does it do?
But you wouldn't kill us. How would you kill us?
How do you know that?
I know that. Because
How do you know that?
People have tried to kill me before, better than you didn't kill me, all right?
Yeah.
You know, it's not my first rodeo.
It's not
all right?
mine either.
Yeah.
So I've been dead a few times
Yeah,
already.
well, you have been dead a few times, but if you were done right, you wouldn't come back, all right?
Yeah, that's right. If it was done right, I probably wouldn't have been back.
Yeah, but you'd be dead a few times with your own
I've been brought back to life.
Stupidity.
I've been brought back to life.
Your own stupidity.
Yeah.
It wasn't nobody came up and shot you.
Oh, no.
No, because you overdosed on something, or done something like that, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, you didn't actually...
I overdid it.
Overdid it, yeah. And one of these days you may not get a chance. God may say to you, we've given you 5 chances.
It's more than that.
More? I think you'll put your luck there.
About 8. Try 8.
8 chances.
8
oh my
times.
God.
All from the same drug too. That's funny, isn't it?
Marijuana?
No.
Heroin?
No.
Crack?
Yeah.
Crack and heroin is the same thing though, isn't it?
No. They're 2 different drugs. Do 2 different things.
Paul himself told me one day that his dad does it with him. That's when he started doing it. He started smoking crack with his dad. Now, they have a son. I don't have a son, but I have daughters. But imagine your dad going smoking crack with you. It's like insanity and insane. So I guess that's a good analysing one of them. Anyways, you know what I mean? How could he be normal when you get your dad starts giving you crack? It's totally insane.
I get money because I'm a professional.
Yeah.
You know, and I smoked so much fucking crack that I fucking died. And it took 8 people, those 8 different times, and brought life back into me.
So
But yeah.
you've been dead 8 times.
Yeah.
But God is very good to you.
Oh yeah, he's good to me.
I'll tell you that now. And if I was you, Paul, I'd take advantage of God on any other situation. And
I'm trying, man, but sometimes I don't like his rules.
You don't like his rules?
No.
Well,
He's got rules or laws or,
Yeah.
you know, laws and rules are made to be broken.
Yeah, but why do you have to break them all the time?
Defined all the time.
Huh?
Defined all the time.
Well, 8 times is a long time to get chances and say to yourself, I'm going to continue down this road.
Oh, I agree.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And especially smoking crack.
Yeah.
How much a night could you spend on crack if you had the money?
If I had the money.
$50?
No.
Less?
More.
Could you spend $200 a night on it?
More.
$500.
I could probably if I sat there and I smoked $500 worth of crack, I'd probably die.
That's a
Back
lot.
to back, yeah, that's I've done it before.
$500 one night.
Yeah.
And you know, $500 is a lot of money. It'll get you a ticket to LA, it'll get you a ticket to Ireland.
Yeah.
And you do that in one night.
I did it one night. Many times.
Many a time.
Many a times.
And you say to me then, life is tough. You went into a grocery,
Well, yeah, I'd probably say that, yeah.
If you went into a grocery store and buy $500 worth of food, that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
Even in Manhattan, if you're staying in New York, you get a little place for $500 a week to stay.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yes, you would, John.
Nah.
Yeah.
You'd get a fucking closet for $500.
But it was a place to stay in New York, though.
Yeah.
And you do that in one night.
I did it one night.
Often.
Yeah, I did often, yeah.
My God.
I don't know, I mean, I probably was restless, irritable, and discontent.
Yeah.
I was alone. I was with someone, that other person, he didn't know what the fuck. Well, there was one person that I smoked crack with. I spent $500, and he did breathe life back into me. He knew what he was doing.
Yes.
But the other ones, they didn't. They had to call the ambulance. They didn't know what they were doing.
So this guy had experience from this
Oh, yeah.
overdosing before. So you just
And,
blanked out.
I blacked out.
So you
And then
just-
come when I woke up, came out of my death, he's like, you need to stop smoking crack.
Yeah. And did you believe him?
No.
Why not?
Did I take his suggestion?
Yeah.
Oh, I believed him. Yeah, but did I take his suggestion? Did
No.
I choose to take his choice
Yeah.
of words? No.
You continued.
Yeah, because the next week I was back at smoking crack again.
Jeez.
When I earned another $500.
So you blow it all in one night. I call that an awful waste of money.
Yep.
And a waste of life.
I agree. I agree.
Especially since the economy went bad, they seem to have gotten worse. They seem to have given up more hope. They seem to be more addicted to drugs than they were like 5 years ago. Coming to find a genuine guy 5 years ago would be easier than it is today because the construction is so bad, I guess, and the economy, people will come in for 3 days or whatever. They don't really have much to live for.
I should have a car. I should have a house. Correct.
should have a car.
I should have that kind of stuff.
You should, because you
But-
deserve it.
Yeah, but I chose to take what little money I did, or what little money. It's hard to save. I think my problem is that I'm one of those people that can be in a room full of people. We'll say I can be in a room with 1,000 people, and I'll still feel alone. That's alcoholism. That's drug addiction.
So what's your attitude now today going forward in this plan you have of being sober? I know it's a one day at a time thing, but do you think you're going to just...
I'll probably smoke pot again.
Well, that's the problem. You shouldn't smoke nothing.
I'll probably smoke pot
You
again.
gotta go cold turkey.
Nah.
Why not?
I've been smoking pot since I was 8 or 10 years old.
But that's what leads you down the road to the other stuff.
No.
What leads you down to it? It's like if one say, well, I'll have a bit of pot, next week they say I'll have a beer. It's the same thing.
Nah, I probably won't drink again.
You will drink. If you smoke the pot, you're going to drink.
Nah.
If you continue with the pot, I'll give you 2 weeks.
You want to put money on that?
I'll put money on that, Jack.
How much?
How much do you want?
1,000.
1,000, no problem.
Okay.
I'll test you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And if you're not smoking...
Deal? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
$1,000?
2 weeks, no problem. I'll pay you up.
All right.
And I'm a man of my word since I ever met you.
Yeah?
Did I ever owe you a penny?
No.
Never
You
did.
always paid me.
I always paid you. Good times and bad times, I always paid you. What happened? What happened?
We were on the road to nowhere now for a while, but we got here.
What happened? Do you know?
No, there's a few twists and turns along the way.
Sit down, relax. I want to ask you a few questions here, all of you.
There was a
Sit down.
few twists and
You want
turns
a beer,
along the way.
James? There's a beer in the fridge there.
No, I don't drink or nothing no more.
You don't want a beer, Jay?
Yeah, I'll take a beer.
Yeah, there's a beer out there.
What kind of beer?
Give me a beer.
What kind of beer?
What we doing, man?
What are you fucking doing?
You gonna work tomorrow?
Are you going to work tomorrow? That's what I want to talk to you about. Get the beer first. Just sit down and talk to me.
Hey, Chris, man, you give me a ride if I pay you some gas money?
Hold on a second. We'll get you home. That's not the problem.
Okay.
Where do you live? The same direction as this man, is it?
I live all the way on the south side.
He kind of lives like over by me, Bakes and 55.
Sit down. We'll get you home. Don't worry. I want to understand today. How come that job, Paul? Sit down over there somewhere. Pull over that seat there. One knee. I want to see how that job. At least a 6-hour job for 12 hours. What was wrong? Yeah, tell me. I can't understand their concept of thinking. Because usually most guys who get a chance, well, get a few chances like I got myself. Now, I say to myself, I wouldn't, I might be caught in a bad situation once, maybe twice, not 3 times, but not my whole life. I try to change something in about it. Yeah, I met Johnny D about probably 5 years ago on a job. I had some other guys working for me, so they brought him in for a day or two. And actually got to like him, and I kept him on. He's been on and off of me ever since, pretty much. That's basically it. So you're happy to be out of the other place, are you?
What place? The jail?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Why wouldn't that be?
Jeez, you must have been all your life. You must have spent a lot of years in there. Have you? How many years? 10 first, did you?
About 18.
18 years altogether. Wow, just a long time.
Yeah,
Fuck's sake.
long time.
Isn't it? Yeah, Johnny D is a great guy when he's in form. He's funny, he's good sense of humour, nice guy to be around, pleasant, and a lot of great character, some great stories at him. And first I met him, I sort of liked him. He wasn't aggressive, or he wasn't a guy to be scared of. He's probably one of the most guys that I've taken a liking to, because he's with me I think the longest on and off. And he's not I find him a nice guy.
So your family's, is your parents Italian?
I was kind of adopted into the mafia.
By
The family and the
is that your parents? No.
my mother is German, and my father's full-blood Italian Indian.
Wow.
And I grew up in Dogtown.
All right.
And I got into coke and this and that.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it from different guys, that Johnny had a lot of drug problems in his time, and now it's alcohol. And it's not unusual for guys in this business that I met here. And I think that Johnny's had a wild life, and some ways maybe I can see a little bit of myself in some of these guys, but not as much as on the drug part of the craziness.
I used to sell cocaine. I used to fucking make money out of this world, you hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, I OD'd in my mother's basement, man. You know what my mother told me? She told me, call the ambulance yourself, you stupid fuck. That's what my mother told me.
You were ODing in the basement, did you say?
Yeah, I went upstairs and I said, Mom, can you help me? I'm ODing. I did too much cocaine. And she said, call the ambulance yourself, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
So then I got into the mafia and the drugs. I've seen people throwing in dumpsters. I've seen people fucking. Yeah, like that.
I didn't have any idea, Johnny.
His mafia days, I don't really talk to him much about that stuff. Or I've heard stories too, but that's all I know. I really don't know much about that.
But I will tell you, and I don't give a fuck if you got it on camera or not, I've printed money before. I used to take money down to the fucking crackheads down there in St. Louis, Missouri, man. And I would take fucking fake money, and buy crack with it and get real money.
He tells me the story about he laundered money. Didn't tell me that many times, just once actually.
Like I said, I spent 10 years in prison. And respected everything. If I walk up to you and say, here, man, I'm gonna give you a pack of ramen noodles, man, because I like you, okay? I respect you, all right? And I turn around 2 weeks later and he's got 5 ramen noodles, and I'm like, man, can I get my ramen noodles back or whatever? And he says, no, you can't get nothing back. I'm like, really? That's disrespecting me, because I was respecting him. I was looking out for him, you hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you just disrespected me, motherfucker. So therefore I gotta break his fucking nose for him. Over a fucking 10-cent pack of ramen noodles.
Yeah, since I know Johnny, he's been in and out to jail or prison. I think it's jail for a few, or prison for a few weeks here and there. I actually picked him up once. He got out, he had no place, he had no money, so he was standing at the gas station. So he asked me to come pick him up, and I did pick him up and took care of him, helped him out, and but the rest is he's been in prison for a long time. I think he told me a few times that he'd been in like for 15 years. I really didn't go into the situation with him too much. I didn't really like asking him, because it was Johnny don't like to talk about that topic too much.
I went to prison when I was 19 years old.
Oh yeah, gee, 19.
I'm damn near 50 years old now, okay? I was in the printing business for a long time. I dealt with people from, I'm not gonna say their names. I did a lot of things, you know, to keep my brother from getting killed. Brother Mark. He owed a lot of money for some coke, and I did a few favors, this, bada bing, bada bang, and I keep him from getting killed, you hear me? Mm-hmm. And then, for protecting my own child,
Mm-hmm.
I went to prison for 10 years.
Your first child?
somebody tried kidnapping him, and he came out of the house with his nose broken and everything. Yeah, I killed him. I killed a man.
I know that Johnny's been in and out of hospital all his life, and for a young man, he's in really bad shape. Some days he's got the body of a 90-year-old man. He can barely walk, and he's got problems with his kidneys and his liver, and it's due to drinking. And before that, it was drugging. So it's sad to see a young man in that shape.
I'm dying, man, dude. You know what? I got stage 4 liver disease. I'm dying. I gotta show up for a liver transplant and all this bullshit, man. You know what? I'm not afraid to die. Dude, if you don't have insurance in this country and you don't you're gonna die.
Wow.
Put it that way.
Alright.
Alright? You call up your doctor and say, hey, I ain't got my $20 copay and I gotta go see my liver doctor. It's a matter of life or death. And they'll say, well, if you ain't got your $20, we can't help you. Fuck you.
It's terrible, man. It's savage.
It makes a motherfucker want to go up there and shoot them all.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't care if I die? You don't fucking care if I die. You don't care if I die, alright? So therefore, I'm gonna walk into your motherfucking building and shoot all you motherfuckers. Who cares if you die? You know what? Your insurance won't mean nothing to you no more because you're dead.
On his good days, he's a great guy, but on his bad days, Johnny could come in drunk to you, hungover in the morning, fighting with you, go crying, all the 9 yards, everything that he'd throw in kitchen sink, you'll hear it in the morning. But some reason enough, I was never really that scared of him because I didn't think that he was intimidating as some of the other guys. I think the other guys I might be more scared of them if they seen it. But Johnny and me, we headbutt a little bit. But overall, he's not a bad guy.
Well, you know what, man? I'm getting to the point where it's gonna be payback time. You hear me? I'm getting to that point.
Payback here.
Whoever fucking walks across my path. Anybody who crosses my path and hurts me or my family, ever again, dude, I'm gonna take out a lot of people, man. I don't mean to be mean, you know. But when you can go to prison for 10 years for protecting your own child, go to prison for killing somebody for protecting your own child. It's not right, man.
Johnny has got a lot of demons, and overall, he's not a bad guy.
You ever seen somebody hung off the East Bridge? I have. You ever seen somebody fucking get beaten in the head with a baseball bat till they're dead? I have. You ever seen you about somebody stabbed to death in your own restaurant in the parking lot? I have. I've seen it all, dude. I've seen it all, brother. I've gone to psychiatrists, I've gone to anger management classes, I've gone to fucking... You know what? This is the way it is.
Well, to diagnose these guys, I don't think the best shrink in the world could diagnose them because they've been at all kinds of shrinks, they've been all kind of counselling, and to me, it's just madness on top of madness, you know?
I don't care if I live, I don't care, dude.
Sorry, Johnny.
It's hard.
That's alright. Yeah. Johnny's a nice guy, but I love the guy, but it's troubles, you know? What can you say? I'm a bit shell-shocked myself.
I don't think there's a great future for them. I think it's like very sad because some of them are so into their vices. I can't see them land on their feet again. Now, I know there's always an exception. There's a guy who'll say, "Well, I had enough food, and will I give up? Will I just get off all my vices and just to get myself clean?" But so far, I've been in this business. I've yet to see one who's done it. One has come clean. I don't think I've seen any one of them. And that's the sad part. So that really doesn't give me any great hope for most of them.
Had to miss a doctor's appointment yesterday because I didn't have the $20 copay, and my insurance hadn't kicked in yet, so I couldn't go to the doctor yesterday. So then now I got to go today out there to my primary doctor.
Now, I'd like to see them all clean and maybe get work for me or find a union job. That's usually why they can't find a union job, because they're drug tested. So I guess maybe that's why a lot of them are drawn to companies like mine. But I find it. Will they get out? Will they ever? What future do they have? Not a very bright one if they don't pull themselves together, because either they'll die from overdosing, or they'll get shot going to get their fix, or they'll die out in the cold some night. And it's sad, but I can't see a great future for them. That's all.
It's an outpatient treatment.
Well,
That's what I'm doing.
why don't you just go in and stay in?
Because I gotta pay my rent, I gotta work, man.
No, but the outpatient will work for you.
Yeah, well.
I mean, you just got to go cold turkey.
Well, I just need to have them help me.
Have you been to any meetings?
I'm going to one today.
I know you're going to want to, but you got to go and find a sponsor and do all that stuff.
AA meetings.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to one
There's
before?
one right up the street from my house.
Have you ever gone to one before?
Uh-uh.
You should go to them. But you got to do something, Johnny. You'll kill yourself. You got a young boy yet. He's 14 years old.
Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. What age is your kid? Your youngest boy?
9.
You got him to live for.
Yeah.
So you got to go in and when he gets sober, come back out and start working.
Well, until whatever they tell me to do, I need to work, man.
Well, whatever they tell you they do it though, whatever the work's not working for you. Because all you're doing is just going and getting more drink and just bullshitting your way along. You got to tell them that you're desperate.
Well, she gave me like 5 different numbers to call.
Well, why don't you call them all then today?
And because the new beginnings is only $40. All the other ones are 120, 160.
A week?
No, it's like a fee or something they make you pay.
Well, I'll pay the fee for you if you go to
So that
one.
was a $40 fee. That's the cheapest one.
Well, I'll pay you the fee if you have to call them up and get the thing, and I'll take you out there. I'll take you out there if you want to.
I'm going down there today. I got an appointment.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
So you tell me you're ready to go, and I'll drive you out there to the place.
I've already got it planned. I'm taking the bus.
All right, but you're not going to stay out there today. But if there's a vacancy for you, come in and tell me how much it is to get in, and then go from there.
All right, just $40.
And if you come out and you're drinking, and you have no place to stay after a month or 2, 6 weeks they keep you in there. I can keep you here for a while. But if you start drinking and drugging, you'll have to leave right away. So that'll be the rules.
Okay.
How many people have died since working for you?
7 or 8.
Do you remember all the names?
Hmm.
What are they?
Joe Young, Mark Clark was one guy, black guy, 2 black guys. There was another guy called the same name as Eddie Murphy, another plasterer. Another guy called Joshua Patton died. And there was 2 other white guys who got shot or some fucking thing. They worked for a short while. That's 6. And there was another guy who died with a heart attack when I started first from crack. He had 8 kids and he died from a heart attack.
Wow.
8 kids. Could you imagine you have 8 kids? Because I went to his house because I didn't know him at the start, and I brought food to his kids because he told me he had kids, and I was trying to help him out, me and my ex, brought them food, and he was still doing fucking crack.
The drugs and the alcohol and all these things have always been in the construction trades. But the economy's bad now, so it's making it worse. And at the same token, though, there's less jobs, so people take and pick what they want out of workers, but people have become so dependent on the state and on the government that they'll never come back to work, I don't think. I think that's too easy for them to stay home and just mooch off the government.
Every road is not going to be the same. No matter how many roads you go down, eventually you'll find a road that you'll seek maybe not your fulfillment in it, but these guys don't seem to go down any road. There's no concept of the mind at all. It's like Groundhog Day every day. It's like the new beginning. You pay them. They tell you that 4 o'clock on Friday evening they'll be in Monday morning. You may not see some of them ever again. Some of them you might see 3 days later if you got work for them. They'll call you.
It don't matter if they get fired. You can say, "I'll fire you if you don't do this." Well, I'll matter. They'll say, "Okay, I don't care. I don't have to deal with that." Then their girlfriend, "Oh, baby, he shouldn't treat you like that. It's okay. It's okay if you stay home." So that's the undoing of the American construction worker right there. So we'll never get that back. That'll be it right there. The state supporting people to do drugs and to do alcohol and do this. You want to pay for it with your own money, that's on you, But the state shouldn't have to do it, because then nobody will work.
To get off the ground, I find it was human nature to me. I had to succeed. Like you know what I mean? I mean, there was no other alternative but to succeed. What option do you have? I think once you're down, you got to keep getting up. It's like it's like a good boxer. It's not if he wins or loses, as long as he gets off the canvas and finish the fight. I think it's very good. Or it's like a good horse. Any horse will go around the track once, but it's a good horse to go around 3 times.
I think when my dad was younger, he would have wanted someone to take a chance on him. and to really help him out and maybe go with him to England. Like, he went all by himself. His older brother kind of just disappeared, and my dad was, from what I understand, was just sent over to England by himself when he was, younger than Kira, my youngest sister. So he's younger than 15. He's just sent over there to go find the brother whenever he disappears on some binge. And I think that was really hard, and I think he would have appreciated having someone who would go out of their way and give him a home and, do all these things for him back then that he's trying to do for these people now. So it's almost like he's kind of trying to pay it forward in a way to make sense of what happened when he was younger.
My workers are really a lot like a lot of guys, and like myself in general. They seem to have a lot of good things about them. Like, a lot of them have got compassion once you get to know them, and they really want to be your friend.
I have walked along Broadway, I've been down the Strand, I have seen the great highways of every fair land, yet in all those big cities no place have I seen like the road by the river that flows through Raheen.
I know in Ireland that we drink a lot, and I know everybody says to me that you Irish drink a lot. I know that is true, and I always say that we're proud of what we do, especially my drinking. I love drinking. I loved all the things going with it. They were really good and exciting. Had a great time doing it. But it's like everything must come to an end sometimes. It's either, there's this friend of mine who's saying Ireland, it's either down here or up there. So I decided to stay here for a bit longer. But these are unique guys. I've never dealt with anything like them before in my life. And their no behaviour, their behavioural problems are, the craziness is through the roof here. I love America. I love living here. I love the lifestyle. I love the fun. I love everything that goes with it. The sunshine. I have a great time here. I stay here for my daughters, with my daughters. I stay for them. I got 3 daughters. And that's one of the main reasons I stay here, to be with my kids. But these guys that I've talked about are really not that bad of guys. I think that most of these guys, you would, if you didn't know them, you would like to go for a beer with them. I think some of these guys are quite funny some days, and they will make you laugh. And after all, we're all human.